Yo, hey, what's up, people? We're back once again. Thank you to Kevin for data mining everything. Anyways, we got we got Washu Chef. So we have him. I think he's coming out tomorrow, the same day as the carnival. I hope. I think. I think whenever the banner that we're on ends is when the chef or chief or whatever you want to call him comes out. So speed attribute CCG. Let's get into them. Inflict vulnerability on the enemy target for 2 turns, then increase all allied characters' basic stats by 16.5% for 2 turns. Now, I don't understand why they did that by 16.5%. I don't know why it couldn't have been like 15% or 20%. Or if it was going to be in the middle between that, it should have been like 17.5%. But hey, I digress. The vulnerability, we're going to get into it in 1 second. Okay, vulnerability reduces defense related stats by 10% and increases damage taken by 15%. See what I mean? We're always at like 5, 10, and 15%. Why does this have to be at like 16 and a half? I don't get it. All right, so maxed out. It's going to be basic stats. I'll just read the whole thing at maxed out. That way it's a lot easier. Inflict ultra vulnerability on the enemy target for 2 turns. Then increase all allied characters' basic stats by 20% for 2 turns. So 16 from 16 and a half to 20%, and ultra vulnerability reduces defense related stats by 10%, increase damage taken by 20%, and decrease max HP by 10%. So we do what? Defense, damage, and HP 10, 20, 10. And then the other one is defense by 10 and increased damage by 15. So you get 5% more damage taken and 10% HP. Now, I don't know if it's 10% of the HP they have or 10% of their max HP. I'm guessing it's 10% of the HP they have because it would say decrease max HP by 10% of max HP. I don't know. So that's just a question. I'm guessing it's 10% of the HP they have, not their max HP, which gets kind of weak, when you get them down to like 50% health. But like I said, in this game, usually if you're killing somebody, you're killing them. So so they're really not going to survive anyways, and it's just for CCG. So I mean, I guess CCG needs somebody decent anyways. I don't know anybody who's really built up CCG. I mean, I don't know. There's a couple people, I guess. Not me, because my CCG sucks. Anyways, let's get into his passive skills. When allied CCG characters deal damage to an enemy target with vulnerability, they inflict additional damage equal to 15% of that damage to all enemies. Now that's nice. That is nice. 15% to all enemies. Very nice. That is super, super nice. All right, this additional damage cannot exceed 200% of the attacker's attack. When an enemy with vulnerability dies, deal damage equal to 200% of the highest attack among all allied characters to all enemies. Nice. So you're doing damage, and you get an extra damage of 15% to all enemies, and then if they die, then you do another 200% of the highest attack. Now, okay, vulnerability reduces defense-related stats by 10% and increases damage taken by 15%. Now, okay, it's nice that you're gonna reduce the defense and you're also gonna increase the damage they take, by 10% and by 15%, but it still could not exceed 200% of the highest attack. So it's. I mean, I guess it helps to get to that 200%. But I don't know. I don't know if you really, if you have him built correctly. I don't think you really need that. But who knows? Who knows? It'll help him get to that max 200% for sure. Anyways, shield boost. Each time you gain 5 shields, your skill level increases. This effect can trigger once per turn. Allied CCG characters gain a shield, increase their damage up by 10% for 2 turns, up to 2 times. So if they go twice in one, I don't get that. 10% damage for 2 turns up to 2 times. I don't. I guess if you go and then you have an additional hit, it adds that 10% damage. But I mean, 2 times in one turn is kind of hard to achieve. When allied CCG characters' shield disappears, increase their damage taken reduction by 15% from one turn up to one time. Nice. So you're doing more damage, and then once it's all gone, once your shields are gone, you take less damage. Nice. All right. When suffering weak, reduce all allied characters' damage taken by 10% for one turn. Nice. I mean, it's not bad. I kind of like it. It is definitely not bad. I mean, he's got, excuse me, he's got a lot of stuff. Like these kits are getting like crazy. Like before we just had it where okay, well you do this and then you one stack that and then you do another damage. Now it's like you hit and then after you hit, you get extra hits, and if those extra hits kill, then you get more extra hits. So they're getting like really intricate with all these skills and stuff, which is cool. Which is cool. I guess the game is progressing and evolving. Anyways, full scale attack. When allied CCG character attacks, they gain 1 command up to 6 stacks. After using an active skill, if command has reached the maximum, remove all debuffs from all allied characters and grant them full scale attack for 1 turn. Then clear all commands when in full scale attack. This character cannot gain commands, of course, because you're using the command that you gained. So you can't gain what you're losing. But I'm guessing once that turns over, then you can start gaining it again. Command reduces damage taken by 3%. Full scale attack increases attack related stats by 10%, grants immunity to disruption, lethal, and disabled effects, and increases damage dealt by 20%. Nice. Very nice. And then, of course, you have the power burst. Gain power burst grants yourself 1 command. Command reduces damage taken by 3%. All right, and that's it for his kit. I mean, not bad. Really not bad. The only thing that kind of sucks is it's a single attack unit, which is fine because I mean, you have the single attack, and then you're going to be doing an extra attack to everybody, and if you kill, you do an extra attack to everybody. So plus you're giving everybody a shield, you're giving them defense up, you're giving other teams defense down, you're increasing your damage that you're putting out, you're decreasing the damage you're taking. So I mean, it's nice. It's nice. It's like a damage and support unit all in one. Anyways, I will end this off here and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.